Southwest passengers are facing another frustrating day of cancellations and delays and, well, very few answers. The airline has canceled more than 300 flights in and out of the Bay Area so far today, and it's not just getting people to the right place that's a problem. Lost luggage is piled up and baggage claims all across the country. Reporter Max Darrow followed some frustrated travelers through that sea of bags. And Max, how did it work out for them?
Ryan, the baggage claim at Oakland International, or really any airport in the Bay Area, is not where you want to find yourself tonight. Check this out. This is just the baggage piling up in the Southwest baggage claim here. Hundreds, maybe even pushing 1,000 bags just waiting here. And I want you to think about this. All these bags you see are linked to people who are directly affected by the Southwest cancellations from coast to coast. A trip here tonight for some means the end of a travel nightmare. For others, that's just not the case.
I had a pink Nike bag and then like a pink hardcover one.
Caitlin Jackson watched on as Southwest Airlines employees searched for her bags through a sea of baggage.
Hoping it's here.
She flew in from Atlanta by way of Las Vegas Tuesday night, but her bags didn't make it to Oakland.
And then when I got here, my bag was not here. They said that it was coming on a different flight or something.
Caitlin was not alone in the baggage claim at Oakland International Airport on Wednesday. The baggage buildup, more fallout from the thousands of Southwest Airlines cancellations over the last several days. Hector Leon Rivera eager to be reunited with his bags after several days in the Bay Area without them. He flew in on Saturday, but to his knowledge, the bags never made it.
No clue. I'm hoping they're here in the mess of everything, but I have no idea.
We met him ahead of his scheduled flight back home to Orlando, where he hopes he and his bags will end up on Wednesday night.
I'm confident we leave Oakland. I'm just fearful that the layover in Denver, that we have another snag there.
Southwest canceled more than 2,500 flights nationwide once again on Wednesday, including 124 in or out of Oakland International. Kevin Cook's flight to Hawaii wasn't one of those 124 flights, but he was a bit wary as he checked in.
Definitely a little bit more nervous than before. I mean, I was never truly that nervous, and then I heard, 70% of the flights got canceled, and obviously that sort of put a little thought into my head. Maybe that would happen, so we'll see.
Back in the baggage claim, the Southwest employees went nonstop, helping travelers the best they could, like Polly Bradbury, one of the fortunate travelers who'd go home with her luggage.
And I'm glad that I could tell somebody they made my day.
After an extensive search.
Thank God. Okay, those are them.
A big sigh of relief for Caitlin.
Yay, thank you so much.
True gratitude as her travel nightmare finally found an end.
Sorry you guys have to do this all day. Oh, no, it's okay. I know this is like stressful for you, but thank you so much for finding my bag. Okay. All right, I got my stuff.
So there are still some people here tonight looking for bags. As you can see, there's some folks here working with the Southwest Airlines employees who they really are working hard to help out these passengers who've been frustrated by the cancellations. Pretty quiet here for now, but by the amount of bags that are here and travelers still trying to figure out their plans, you can bet that tomorrow is going to be another hectic day here in Oakland at the International Airport. Ryan?
Oh, wow, it's just so frustrating. Okay, thanks, Matt. And the anger and frustration mounting for travelers trying to take a Southwest flight anywhere. The federal government now vowing to step in. Tanya Rivera is at LaGuardia Airport, New York, with those details.
It's just been chaos.
Everything's canceled and we can't get through the Southwest.
Multiple cancellations, a night in the airport, a Christmas Eve in a random hotel.
The winter storm caused thousands of cancellations across airlines. But Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says Southwest's unique inability to recover goes beyond the storm's ripple effects.
Because what we're seeing right now, from the system and the flights themselves to the inability to reach anybody on a customer service phone line, is just completely unacceptable.
In his first public comments since the meltdown, Southwest CEO Bob Jordan apologized and blamed the weather for the disruptions.
We're the largest airline in 23 of the top 25 travel markets in the U.S. Cities where large numbers of scheduled flights simultaneously froze as record bitter cold brought challenges for all airlines.
This storm was forecast for 5 days. Everyone knew, even those not affiliated with airlines knew what was coming and was preparing. Southwest wasn't.
Captain Casey Murray is the president of the Southwest Airlines Pilot Association.
The scheduling software which is a large part of the problem. Southwest can't connect airplanes to crews.
In his statement, Jordan did acknowledge it was time to double down on plans to upgrade its systems for these kinds of circumstances.
Southwest should have been a little bit more prepared for this, and they weren't.
But while the airline tries to reset now, thousands of passengers are still trying to find their way out of the travel mess.
For those stranded right now, here are some tips to help. Most airlines will try to book you on the next available flight, but that doesn't mean they will check other carriers. You are entitled to a full refund, including seat and baggage fees, even if you purchased a non-refundable ticket. And finally, try to look for flights that leave in the morning or at night. Those tend to be the most reliable.
Well, making matters worse, Southwest has a policy not to rebook its customers with rival airlines. That means stranded travelers trying to find tickets on other carriers have faced sky-high prices. Now United and American Airlines have announced they will place price caps on flights to and from certain cities. Those price caps will vary by location.